Welcome. This is Kelly AG. I'm just giving it a second to come up so I can see that I'm all okay here. And plus for you to get on and join me. Sometimes it takes a couple of minutes to get a notification. And I think you have to click like follow or something to make sure that you get notified that I'm live. So, okay, I may have to refresh the page here. Hang on a second. I just like to see that I'm centered and everything's okay. And then we'll get started. Okay, here we go. All right. Hi, Carol. Thanks for joining me this morning. Did you get your morning walk-in or bike ride? It's a little bit chillier today here, so I don't know. I wouldn't be able to walk. It's way too icy. So, okay, let me just see here if I can click that. And it didn't do anything. All right. I'd like to see your comments if I can, but all right, I think I am centered good, lighting's good, my arm's in the way, so let's get that out of there. Okay. Yeah, thank you for sharing too, Carol. That's awesome. All right, what we are using today is the Taco Fiesta, and it's on page 48 in our little mini book. So this is quite interesting. The stamp set is cute. The little sayings are cute. I wish we had dies to cut these out, but there isn't. So you just have to cut them out, fussy cut them, and that's fine. That works too. So, and then also before we get started, because I can never remember half the names, but I'm using the stylish shapes for like the circles, and I'm using the Stitch So Sweetly dies for the rectangle. And then I used the little mini pocket envelope die, and then the scallop dies for this piece here, okay? So kind of let you know what I'm using. And then I'm using, oh, I'm dropping everything already. I used some of the baker's twine and the regular twine, and then I'm using these little matted decorative dots. But digging through all my stuff, I have these glossy dots. So I may use them. We'll see. Kind of decide as we go. And then I did a let's see. I did a little chart, and I can post this, but these are the colors that I used. And I was just going to show you real quick because I used the light granny apple green, and then I used one of the, I think it was like the skin tone, but it was the 300, the SU 300 for that. You could use the soft suede. I almost think the espresso, if we even have that one, would be the early espresso too dark. But I don't have them, so I used that one. That worked out good. It seems like it was, well, but a good color. But anyways, I used the light granny apple green there, and around this edge I'm using the dark. But I was just going to show you, like, if you take and keep pressing and follow that, it's going to bleed. So what I have found with these small little pieces is I just kind of tap it and go around, and I kind of keep moving it and lifting up as I'm going. And this way then it doesn't bleed out. I guess I wasn't watching there, but so it makes it easier because even when you're coloring like your tomato and stuff, I just kind of went through and tapped it just to fill it in. Okay, so just to keep that nice line there, and also with the lime and with the hat, I kind of did the same thing. I could almost touch that up a little bit. But these are the colors. I used the the dark sweet sorbet, the dark and the light granny apple green. I used the light smoky slate. And then I did not have the light daffodil delight. I had it, but it was all dried up. So I used the dark for the rest of these. Worked out perfect. So, and I took and stamped all that and cut it out, because you have to cut everything out if you want. But if you don't want a fussy cut, then you could stamp your stuff like on here and just color it in. So that will work too, okay? So if you're interested, I can post this in the comments. I tried to write what I used. So, okay. So we will start with the card number 1. And I just want to tell you real quick, I do have a host code. So if you're if you want to place an order from now till Sunday night at midnight using my host code, and it's $35 or more, I will send you the stuff to make these 3 projects, the 2 cards in my little box, okay? And you will need the stamp set, or you can use something similar to what you got. Okay, so we are going to start. This is Mingle Melody, and I did it 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. I do like to score my cards. I think I can get a nicer fold. So I have, my next layer is 3 3/4 by 5. And then I did a designer paper that is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. So that's just a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and layer that. And this is from, let's see, it's that pack in the back. I can't remember the name of it, where you get a lot of paper. I don't know if I got my celebration. It's in the celebration. You have to have a $100 order. But that is well worth it. You get so much paper, and I think I love every sheet. So it's really nice. I've used it a lot on my Facebook Lives. Yeah, I do like this set. The more I got playing around with it, it's fun. And my son loves Taco Bell, so I thought, well, for his birthday, he's definitely getting one of these, you know, a card anyways. So we're going to layer that like that. Now this is from the Scallop Contour dies. And what I did, because I didn't want it going across, or I would have had to add something on top, and I could have done that too, just even a little piece of the Mingle Melody or something just to soften that. But instead I took it and I just put it on here and glued it to the back. Now one of these little circles is going to be cut off, or I can kind of do it in between, but I did the little chili pepper and the lime in the corner, so you can't even see that. So what I'm going to do is just put some tape here. I almost need my little mat. My silicone mat would make it easier. So I'm going to just kind of, I don't know, it kind of just added like a little fun to it instead of just the little scallop. And make sure I got that even here. Okay, so I'm just going to snip this off. I'm just going to kind of follow the little scallop. I kind of think I did that a little bit higher on this one than I did my other one. So what's so funny is, well, not funny, is I was fussy cutting all this stuff. I thought, well, I knew my scissors were getting kind of bad because I really abused them. But I thought, oh gosh, when I was fussy cutting all that, I could really tell I needed new scissors. So I have them. They're coming tomorrow. So, okay. And I'm just going to add this on. Yeah, I'll put my little chili pepper there so you won't even see that. Okay. Okay. I think, I don't know if it's even. With all these little squares, it doesn't look like it's even. Like I need to pull that down a little bit. That looks better. Okay, so next I took in, I have this little white piece that I added in here, and this is 3 1/4 by 2 inches. So I just put that right there. And if you want to spruce that up, you can take in, you know, emboss it. There's no stamping on it, so you can go ahead and emboss it, but I didn't think it really needed to. The tacos kind of cover it up. So these are all the tacos I cut, and I hope I got my lime in here too. Oh yeah, right here. So I'm going to go ahead and add my lime and my little chili pepper before I lose them. Just got a little glue there. And I'm just going to put it right on that corner, and that blends that all in together. There's always a way to hide things, right? Okay, so we got that. And then I need to stamp my faces on my tacos. And these, you kind of got to be a little bit careful because these pieces are so tiny. Like if you push really hard, I noticed that on, we had something else that had little, like little faces, and it was like, okay. So I'm just going to stamp on the back of this just to get a feel. Okay, make sure I had enough ink on it. So I'm going to stamp 2 tacos with just a little smiley face, and then I'll do the one with the mustache. And you could just do the one with the mustache, that would be fine too. Now this one, you do have to make sure you get enough ink on it. I should probably have my other little mat because these are the photopolymer, but I don't. So, and then I did spectacular, and then I did holy guacamole, it's your birthday. So I'm going to stamp all that right away while I got my ink out. I did my little hat there. Okay. It's not a hat, but the sombrero. All right, got that, and I did a little bowl of the guacamole in there, so I'll color that before I put it down. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so we're done stamping, and I'm going to close that so I don't get it anywhere. Now I'm going to color this. What I did, and you'll be able to see, is I took my dark Granny Apple Green, and I just kind of colored where I want it to color. Just adding a little bit. Normally I always start with my light and do the dark and then go back over with the light, but this seemed to work just fine. So however you like to do it. And I know you all know how to color. Hi, Donna. Thanks for joining. You know what? We don't have, it's not doing anything up here yet, but they're calling for rain and then snow and everything mixed. Oh, I don't know what we'll have. Our yard is like an ice skating rink already. It was so nice yesterday. It was absolutely beautiful out. I wish it'd stay like that the rest of the winter, but I know we're only in February, so wishful thinking. But there, so that's the inside. So we can go ahead and finish this now. I'm going to actually just put this right inside. And I actually cut this just a little bit smaller. I cut it the same as the white in the front, which is the 3 3/4 by 5. Sometimes it's fun just to have it a little bit smaller for a bigger border. There. And you could even add your paper behind it if you really wanted to, your designer paper. But I didn't think that was necessary. So we're going to add, we're just going to tape these on, the two with the little smiley faces. Let's see, let's go up a little bit. And I am going to add dimensionals with the one with the mustache. Keep my little papers out of there. Yeah, see, I colored these at like 4 this morning, so you can see I kind of messed up there. Maybe it wasn't quite 4, maybe 5, but it was early because my husband goes to work early, so I thought, well, I'm going to cut this now, and I didn't do very good. Let's see, I'm just going to glue his little sombrero on, and you know what? Since I messed up there, I'm just going to cover that. So there's always a way. And I'm going to add this, the same, let's see, cutting it on an angle. And I'm going to add the little, let's see, I got little mini dimensionals. I'm just going to add a couple of them. I'm so excited. Well, I'm hoping the weather's good because I get to go see my little grandbaby tomorrow. Spending the weekend there. Okay. All right, so I got that. That's on Sweet Sorbet. And let's see, I'm trying to find my glue dots here. So I'm just using the Memento ink for everything because you're coloring, of course. But what I did with this twine is I took and cut 9 pieces, and then I wrapped it around and tied it in a knot. And what's nice is if you kind of fray these ends. I didn't do that yet, but I think it kind of gives it like, you know, the party look, whatever. And I just cut them. You can cut them different sizes, but I tied them, I had them all the same size and just kind of rounded it off a little bit. And let's see, where's my sparklies? I'm going to see how this looks. These might be a little too pink. I think the pink ones I'm not going to use. I may use the blue ones. I thought they may work just fine, but they seem like they're a little bit too pink. And yet it's, I don't know if that's a Sweet Sorbet. So I'm just going to add some little dots here and there. Try to get the darker ones. I guess I'll put that, you know, right there. I guess that looks fine, just the way it is. Okay. And then too, like I was telling you, if you order from me the $35 or more and use my host code, your cards will come all packed. The only thing you need to do is stamp. I give you white paper to take and stamp your stuff and cut it out and everything. So, okay, what do you think of the first card? I just thought that was so cute with the tacos. So, and you can put them different ways, or you could stack them on top of each other. However you want to do it. Okay, so let's go on to doing the box. And okay, I was going to get a Taco Bell gift card, but Taco Bell's 45 minutes away from us. So I have my Joann's gift card that I got from my son for Christmas, which was really nice. So this box, and I got a little glue dot on it just to keep it closed so I could tie better. But our store was selling these, the Tabasco sauce, the hot sauce, for $1. So this was really a good deal. But this, and I took it out, of course, already. But this is perfect. It fits in this box perfect. And I just tied this up. So I'm going to leave that. And we are going to make that. So that box measures, I think it's like it's a little over 1.5. So when I created this box, I had to go 1 3/4 to make sure it was big enough to fit in there. Okay, so we will do that next. I only had to make the box twice. I'm getting much better at figuring it out. Once in a while I get lucky and it's the first time, but not always. So, and this is from, I know it's on back order. I think it's the Country Gingham paper, I think, but it's on back order. So, but you could use whatever. It's the Sweet Sorbet one. So, okay. So with the box, I have 7.5 by 8 3/4, and I already scored it. So on the 8 3/4 side, I did 1.5 inches on each side. So I did 1.5 inches, flipped it, and did 1.5 inches. And then on the 7.5 side, I did 1 3/4, 3.5, 5 1/4, 7, and 7.5. Okay, so that gives me my box. And I already scored that, so I didn't have to leave room for my trimmer. But I can always share these measurements with you. Like I said, this is, I think 5 3/4 high, the height, and then a little over 1.5 inches. So you would need, you know, something in there that fits that. Our grocery store in town, sometimes I don't even know where they get their stuff, but they have like the different things, and sometimes they must get like a special on them, and they mark it like really cheap, and then and then you want to go back and get it and you can never find it again. So, and I'm using the Sweet Sorbet. So what I'm doing is I'll show you this. This is the little 1/2 inch side, and I'm just kind of cutting it on an angle. This is where your tab's going to be to close it. Like this will be, you know, your little spot that you close it and glue it. But I have to cut these first. And I did find, I wasn't going to take and do the little extra out of there, but my top and bottom close better when I just did it on all of them. Sometimes I like to keep 2 of them. This way, then you know you got it nice and square, but you just have to look at it and you can figure it out. Okay, and then we'll do just a little bit here. Okay. Alrighty. I haven't made a box in a while, so it's kind of fun. I need to, I also still need to do a video on the little card holder with like the calendar dates that you can write in like for your birthday cards. So I probably will be doing a video on that next week. Yeah, thank you, the Gingham Cottage. So you think I'd know these names by now, but I don't know. So we are going to take and put glue right there. Okay. So this is how it looks. This is where you got your 1 3/4, 3.5 line, 5 1/4, and 7. So, okay. Yeah, I don't know why I said to score it at 7.5. It is 7.5. I'm sorry. So 7 would be your last score line. So you can use your score tape, the Seal Plus, or I just like to use glue. And hopefully if you got it cut right, it should line up perfect. See how that lines up so nice? Okay, makes it easy. So now what you're going to do, I better make sure that's dry. Give me a minute here. Just press down a little bit more. All right, so this is here and you're going to want this to be your front. So I'm just going to take and put a little glue on these tabs. Okay, so let's see. And you want to make sure your box is nice and square. And what I did is, because I wanted to make sure it's down really good, so I just took my marker and pressed down so it sticks. I can't tell. I don't know if I need to raise my camera up a little bit. I seem like I'm awfully close there, but hopefully you can see just fine. Okay, so this one we're not going to glue because we're going to add our, I got my box here. So we will put this in here. Fits to a T. Let's see, that's the front. Okay. There, that's the front. I think I got my front and the back. I better, well, it doesn't matter. No one's going to see it. So now what I did to tie this is I took my ribbon, and let me close my glue here first. I took my ribbon, and you can add some tape if you want, but I'm going to be gluing the, and this is the gingham ribbon, but I'm going to be gluing that, my designer paper over it. And we will see if I can close this, but I gotta go this way, because my box is going to be, hang on a minute. I want that. I glued my bottom wrong, so that's the back there. Okay. I just had to get my flaps the right way. And of course they come undone. That's why I added the glue dot as well, but I think we'll be fine. And since I don't got the jar in here, it's kind of hard to tie sometimes, but let's see if I can get it. When I'm trying to keep it tight, I have to do the little bunny ears. Oh goodness, let's see, do I not have it? Thought I had it right, hang on. Nope. Don't you love when you're trying to do it in front of everyone? How you can't tie? I really probably need to cut my nails again. Sometimes they help, sometimes they don't. All right, there we go. Not too bad. I just like them to be, I think my ribbon was a little twisted on my thing, so, all right, that's good. Okay, so what I have is 2 pieces of this, and I need to move that over so we're even. But I use glue for this, and this is, my designer paper is 1 5/8 by 5 1/8. So 1 5/8 by 5 1/8. And you can tape, but I just like to glue because it holds it really well. And then that will hold your ribbon in place. You can do something different, and I didn't even look for them because I had seen that hot sauce like probably a month ago, and I picked it up. And but you can get little packets, you know, like of course from Taco Bell if you want, or little packets of hot sauce, and make a little gift card holder with that as well, and stick the packets in. Okay, so now I have the little envelope that I had cut out. So that's a little die. Now I did have a little, I don't know what I did wrong, but this does fit a gift card perfect. but I kind of had trouble with it lining up. So I'm hoping today I don't have that trouble. And if I creased this a little too hard and then it didn't want to line up. So all you do, this comes pre-cut. I had to do the hole with one of the little dies, but you just fold that in. And it's all scored for you as it cuts with your die. So if you order, this will be already cut for you. Okay, so I just got that down the bottom and the side. Yeah, I don't know, I have a little bit like, let's see. I may just, I don't really want to snip that off. I guess if it's not perfect, it's almost there though. I just see that little bit of that, but that'll be fine. It'll be just fine. So, okay. So now we got a piece of white to fit on here, and this is 2 by 3. Okay. So I'm going to glue that on. And this is another thing that if you wanted a little fancier, you could take and run it through the embossing folder. That would be fine. So I got my little 3 little chili peppers that I cut out, and I just have to stamp. I got a little face on one of them, little smiley face. Okay, and then I took in, let's see, what I did is I stamped the you spice up my life, and then it's together, the holy guacamole, it's your birthday, but I just cut out it's your birthday. So, and I added that. So I'll show you. Hi, Karen. Yep, you can watch the replay. You may want to just for the measurements, but like I said, if you guys need measurements, I can always put them in the comments, or I can edit my thing and add to it. So what I did is I just kind of cut this out. Okay. And I thought, too, the other thing is if you want to slip a piece of paper in here, instead of having your little ribbon tied up there, like you had a piece of paper slipped in there and you took and added your gift card to it, and then you could put it's your birthday inside. That's what I was actually kind of thinking of doing, but then I had it already all done, so I thought, well, I'm not gonna go ahead and redo it since I did that, but that's just a different idea. Okay, so I had this little piece of the gingham paper left over, and this is, boy, I don't know how big this is. It's not that big. It's probably a little over, well, it's probably a ½ inch. And on mine, I just used a small piece so you only see the edges, but I wanted it to be kind of like a little bit bigger, so I cut that a little bit bigger than what I had on my original one. But this is probably like a ½ inch piece. However you want to do it. Okay, so I'm going to glue down 2 of the chili peppers on here. Got plenty of glue here. I probably should have done that a little bit. Let's see. I guess it kind of doesn't really matter, but I'm going to pop this one up. What's so funny, well, not really funny, but because of my allergies, when my husband cuts up peppers, I basically got to leave the room because I cannot quit coughing. I don't know if it's when he like washes catches them and the seeds are kind of strong. I'm not sure, but I cough and cough and cough. So let me see. Kind of want that one a little bit like that. And then I added some chips. I didn't have the little chips on there, but I just I stamped these and I colored them all and I left them all attached. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to add a little glue. I did not pop the sentiments up because we kind of, I don't know, it's a box, so, but you could. Oops. Fingers right in the glue. So like I said, that would be cute to put that little gift card in there and have it pull out in, you know, put it's your birthday on that. Now I could have actually done, I could have done something else with this too, but I could have tied a little bit of this sweet sorbet on here, but this should be fun because I got glue on my fingers. We'll see if I can even get it in there. Okay, not too bad. So I just kind of tucked that in. And I got it going the other way. Let's see. Well, I guess it don't really matter. I kind of like it going the other way, but we're going to leave it. I have two different. It's not even going to show. Okay, so I'm going to just trim this down like that. And what I did is to put it on my box. I get my ribbon sticking to me. I'm just going to add some dimensionals right onto my box. Let's see. Might do a couple or one more at least there. Now you could use sorry, I'm just keeping my garbage in one spot here. You could actually use a little Wink of Stella on your peppers if you wanted them a little shiny. I didn't, but I do have them here. The Wink of Stella here. Let me see how that would look. Kind of just give them that little bit of shine. Oh, I think that's cute. Now, grant you, when my son has his birthday, he'll be turning 22, so I don't think he's going to care if he has shiny peppers or not, but that is really kind of cool. I think I like that with the shine. What do you guys think? I don't know. Can you see it? It's really shiny. So that's the box. Okay, that was number 2. And the third card is just a simple card, but I think because of the colors and everything, I think it's cute. So, all right, we will get started on that. So what I did, so this is kind of a little fun fold card, I guess you'd call it. I have this, I cut it at your 5.5 by 8.5, scored it at 4 1/4, and then I ended up taking 1.5 inches off. That's how I do. But if you're, mass producing and don't want to like waste paper, I would cut this 1.5 inches shorter, then, score it. So then you could have that paper, but you get a nice sheet anyways. So, okay, so the neck gives you like 3 inches across. So I have this designer paper, and this is from that pack at the end of the the end of the celebration book too, where you get like 40 sheets. But this is cut at 2 5/8 by 5 3/8, and I did it a little bit more than 5 1/4, because I like how it just goes from top to bottom. Now what I forgot on this one is I didn't cut my white high enough, so I do have it the 5 3/8 here. I actually have it 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So this should line up nice, okay? So I'm going to do that. Can't lose my guacamole here, so I'd have to cut it out again. I know you guys don't want to watch me fussy cut all that, so okay. All right, got that. And then I used my stylish frames. I got the granny apple green and the white. Oops. Make sure I got the right size here. Okay, so then I did my guacamole. And I'm just going to, or my avocados, I'm sorry. Getting ahead of myself here. So I just took and kind of glued them on. And the only thing I popped up was the bowl of the guacamole. So let's see, I got that one a little higher. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. I thought I should have probably had cut out the smaller chips for this, but I have the big one, so it doesn't matter. Let's move that over a touch. Oops, if I can. There. And then I'm just going to, let's see, did I pop that up? I did. I popped the chip up. Okay. And I just used one small dimensional just so I can kind of stick that under there. Okay. So what I did is I just glued it on, okay? I didn't pop it up, but I'm going to, my avocados are, I probably can't change them. I was gonna say they look kind of crooked, but all right, let's see. That's gonna drive me crazy. See if I can straighten this up. I probably ripped my paper. There, I think that'll be better. Okay, that's better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue half of this, the left half side, okay? Hopefully I got that right. Open that up and put that down. Okay, so this way then you don't get glue on that and it'll stay shut. And I'm going to stamp, I just have a little 3/4, or I think this is 7/8 of an inch. Yeah, 7/8 by 1 3/4, and then this is 1 inch by 1 7/8. So just a little bit bigger. I'm going to stamp my sentiment. Okay. All right, that looks good. And on the inside, I stamped the spectacular, and I just did some chips. I wasn't sure if I wanted to stamp that in there, but I felt like it needed something, or maybe just do the chips if you don't want to. Just kind of put them on a little angle there. You know, these cards are actually really easy to do, and if you're watching TV and you got everything all colored and want a kind of fussy cut, it is pretty relaxing, I gotta say. Okay, so I just took and glued that down there. Glue, tape, whatever you want to do. You want to make sure there's no tape there. And let me color these before I... Hopefully I'm in there. And this is with the dark Daffodil Delight. I would have rather had the light, but like I said, my light I threw out. And I don't know if I got my color lifter here. I got just a little bit off. This color lifter does work well. Not that it matters. Might have smeared it a little bit, but we'll see. Not too bad. So we're going to put this inside. And with the light, it's hard to see. Oops. Boy, it is really hard to see. Look at that. Oh. Shouldn't have pressed down yet. But I don't usually do that. I don't know. Oh, well. Let's see here. I got to fold this up so I can see what I'm doing here. Because it's a little bit bigger, there's kind of no room for air there. And it goes right to the end. I could have probably moved it over a tad, but it's okay. It's pretty even, so that's all that we want. And... or just go, or you could go still your 5 3/8, but just maybe go 4 instead of the 4 1/4, but, or not 4 1/4, 4 1/8, because that's pretty tight. So, and I'm just adding a little twine here. Kind of moved it there. And our embellishments, and we will be done with our projects. Not too bad. So let me see. I use blue. I may use the shiny blue. Let me see how that's going to look. Oh, I think I like that better. Oops. Right there. And I'm going to add one more small one. Oh, since I got that there, let's see. Let's just add it right there. These are a little bit bigger than my other ones. So what do you guys think? I like the shiny ones on this one, definitely. In the boxes. And the little tacos. Cute. Cute, cute, cute set. So just... another couple reminders. If you order the $35 with my host code, I'll send you one each of these 3 projects to complete. You have to have the stamp set or use something similar. Okay. Now, my February class to go, I'm using Lighting the Way. You make 8 cards, you get product. And I have details on my website, but this closes February 10th. So I'll be getting that ordered and shipping out. And then my retreat, the early bird special is closing on, I think February 12th. And then it goes up, the pricing. But for in-person, I only have 1 or 2 spots the most. And that's going to be full. But we're working with the... Marigold Moments. This is the main class, and then I have a couple extra add-on classes. So I have the details that you can just click on the spring retreat. You can get it to go. But for in person, it's getting pretty full. So, okay. But if you got questions, contact me. You can private message me. You can ask me on here, whatever. But yeah, I do. I like this because it's cheerful and it's really cute. But so just kind of fun. And then I gotta show you real quick. I'm working on my March card club class, and I'm working with the Easter Bunny. But this is one of the cards that we're gonna be making, and then this fun fold card as well. So I got 2 more cards to make. So before I got to get February done first. But so it's been kind of fun playing around with that and stuff. But anywho, so thank you for joining me this morning. And I will see you next Wednesday at 10. I just kind of had a busy week this week and didn't get time to play around. So, but next week I will be back on Wednesday. So have a great day and a weekend, and we will see you next week. Bye.